Hey, Xiomy here. So today I wanted to do a book talk, but before I even make that book talk, I want to ask a question. Have you ever had a book that just infuriated you so much and just made you mention every single curse word in the encyclopedia? Well, I just had that book and I really needed to make a book talk because even though I did rant with Lewis, I still have a lot of things that I want to get out of my chest. And the book that I'm talking about, because it'd be a good idea if I actually showed it to you, is The Young Elites by Marie Lu. In this book of The Young Elites, you do have people who have survived the blood fever, majority young adults, because adults are killed off and they are left tainted or scarred, and they are called malfetos. Now, if they have powers or possess extraordinary powers, they are called young elites. Now, there is a dagger society also that does recruit special and remarkable people. You also do have Adelina, and Adelina's point of view is throughout the entire book because that's the person that you're always immersed in her mind. You do have other side characters that are mentioned as point of views, but it's very rare and it's very limited. The majority of it is in Adelina's point of view, and it is a point of view that I disliked. I did not care for one bit, and there are a lot of things that make you feel empathy towards Adelina because she did not have a nice life and she didn't have a great father. But again, these things I really didn't care for because I couldn't connect with her as a character. Now, I did like side characters, and I wished that a lot of point of views from the Dagger Society were mentioned in this book because I wanted to know more about them. If you present them to me, I want to know who they are, like how did they become there, where are their strengths as a group, and also what were their flaws. I mean, they had to have missions where they obviously failed or missions where they obviously won, and I really wanted to know a little bit more about them. Now, in this book, it starts with when Adelina is basically accused of killing someone and she is sentenced to death. Now, this is where everything starts unraveling in her life. I've never ever made 5 reasons why I hate a specific character, but I did for her. Now, I'm going to include a lot of things that I did not like about Adelina in my 5 reasons why I do not like Adelina. And the first one that I'm going to mention is her arrogance and her hatred towards her sister for the love that her father had for her sister. I mean, she does show tendencies that she loves her sister, but again, I really didn't feel it that much until really the near end, and I'm like, I could have felt this before. So her actions, what she was doing, I can actually go with them and I can actually root for her, but honestly I didn't at all. The second one is Adelina's stupidity. I mean, how could you not go to the daggers and tell them what was happening? I mean, these people first of all saved you, these people are pampering you, these people are training you, they're trying to manifest your powers in a good positive way, and she has the audacity sometimes to mention, did they save me? And I'm like, no woman, they didn't save you at all. You know, you're just still burning at the stake. You know, there were some things that were very infuriating. Number 3, Adelina's continued desire to hurt those who have wronged her, yet her words fall short. When it came to hurting certain people, she marveled in that. But again, I can't count how many inquisitors she actually killed or she tried killing. Number 4, Adelina's dark desires and her sadistic tendencies. What we're seeing is a villain in the making because she has this goodness that's shrouded within her evilness, and even though sometimes you want to think that she's doing the right thing, you know, for the wrong reasons, you can't, because she marvels in it and she likes it, and she's enjoying it. That's why I say that I do not count Adelina as a heroine in disguise nor as an anti-hero, because an anti-hero will do everything for the greater good. Basically, they do create a lot of destruction. You know, Deadpool, you can consider him obviously an anti-hero, and even though I don't want to say it, I don't consider him an anti-hero, but I will in certain situations, and that is Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. I consider him a hero no matter what. I mean, he does evil things for the greater good, like, you know, killing people in their sleep and a lot of other things if you watch The Walking Dead. But, you know, it's those kind of tendencies that you're like, okay, yeah, I'll root for you no matter what. Number 5, Adelina's delusional states that twist and turns her dark emotions, and her guilt is killing her, but it's killing her through her father. The person that she sees that gives her all this influence, and that's basically her father, that's driving her to this, can I say insanity? Can I say, you know, all these evil things are like, or second guessing anything that she does. Some of the side characters that I really did enjoy in the book, I can speak about Enzo. I loved Enzo, and I loved his story. His story was very well developed, and how everything was being portrayed as something that I really did love. And I loved his dark side, his brooding kind of tendencies, and you know, he has a right to, you know, the man has been through a lot, and do not mess with the people that he loves. I mean, when I read that, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? But I really did enjoy his character, and I love how his backstory was played out. I would have loved to see his point of view, his perspective. I would have loved to have seen him mentioning all this and how he was going through it and what did he feel. I mean, you actually do get a weakness from him, because aside from this, he really isn't that much of a talker, but you do see his weakness towards the end. And even though you don't see a lot of things that he actually does say, when he does actually speak, I really did like it and enjoy it, because it's like sometimes his walls were crumbling. Also, Raphael is a character that I love. I mean, his sensibility, his love, his sweetness, how kind he was to Adelina, and he knew since the beginning that Adelina was trouble. But I just adored him so much as a person, and he was a very good introduction. I really did love that I did see his point of view, but I would love to see a little bit more. Some of the side characters aside from Gemma, which I think that, you know, her story was introduced very well. I did like a lot of things that were being mentioned from her. The other side characters, really, we didn't get that much of, aside from Dante, who really didn't like Adelina, and the Windwalker, I can't remember her name right now, but you know, it's like she was like, you know, like looking at Adelina like up and down, like, yeah, right, you're gonna be a part of a group. I don't think so. Gemma was the only one who really did show some kindness towards her. The antagonist, which is how I'm going to call him, which is Terran. I think that Terran was a huge disgrace to his people. I mean, like, wow. I mean, he had a delusional state where he thought that what he was doing was going to redeem him as a person. Obviously, he thought he was a prophet, like Lewis did mention to me, and I'm like, yes, you're correct. He does these things that, you know, he does punish himself, and I'm like, okay, what are we reading here, the Da Vinci or something like that? And the other point of view that I really wanted to know was May's point of view. I really did like her character and thought that she was a really badass, but we just got her in the epilogue. In the world building, I can say that I enjoyed the blood fever, how it was introduced and how everything happened. I can say that I really did enjoy that. This story to me was very fast-paced, so there really isn't a lot of world building. I mean, they introduced these mythical creatures, and I'm like, okay, can you explain them to me? Can you make me visualize them? Which is one thing that I want. You give me a fantasy world, make me immerse myself in that fantasy world, make me feel at one with that world. Magic or their powers, I like to call it more powers than actually magic, because to me magic has to do a lot with witchcraft and whatnot, but whatever, right? And sorcerers and witches and whatnot. But I really did like their powers, how they manifested, which is something that I mentioned previously. But aside from Adelina, Enzo, can I say Gemma, and Violetta, their powers were explained very well, and I did grasp the meaning of it. But aside from them, the others was like the Windwalker. Oh, I do whatever the wind does. Okay, no problem. I really didn't get Dante's powers. The plots, from what I liked about the plot, I can say that a banished prince will do anything to seize his throne no matter what. Something that I really did enjoy. One day saving Adelina because she has extraordinary powers. Obviously the uprising with the Dagger Society, that they want to eliminate those in power. I really did enjoy those aspects, but aside from that, I really didn't care about anything else, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I really wanted to DNF this book, but I was like, you know what, let me just stick with it. And also wanted to burn it, but since this book is not mine, it belongs to Lewis, I could not burn it. One of the many things that I did not enjoy was Adelina's point of view and how naive as a child she was, and to me she's a flat character. She didn't even develop throughout the entire course of the book. The same way we were introduced to her, that's how she ends. And I wish Raphael would have done something else. Okay, here is a girl who first of all cannot control her powers very well, who doesn't have any tendencies of leadership, who's a brat, who if you decide to even hurt her, she'll be like, well, I'm gonna kill you no matter what. You know what? Let's go into some of the things that I really did not like. First of all, Adelina says that the young elite betrayed her. I don't see that as a betrayal at all. First of all, they saved you. And in the Dagger Society, the pledge says, I will take from you what you took from me. First of all, she killed Dante. She is the reason that Raphael was captured. She is the reason that Enzo got killed. Because how can she say that I thrusted all my magic onto Terran when her sister isn't even in the room? I mean, come on, how stupid can you be? You know that she was taken from the room, and yet you decide to thrust all your power in. I'm sorry, you can be hurt, but that is how much she does not control her powers, and she was thrusted into a situation that she cannot control. One of the many reasons why Terran killed Enzo, and that's something I cannot deal with, and I was so disappointed with that. And then she notices, oh wait, Violet isn't here. What have I done? Oh please, what the hell is this crap? Now overall, I think you understand that I really didn't like this book. This is a 2.5 stars for me. I was kind to the, you know, ratings. Am I going to continue this series? Maybe, yes. Am I going to buy the books? No, hells no. How am I going to read them? I have no idea. I hated the book. Yes, I did. Should you hate it? Of course not. That's it for my rant. I'm gonna stop now because I can go on and on and on, but I'm gonna stop right here for now. If you have any differences in this book, I would love to know what other people think about it, even though I did read a lot of things on Goodreads. I don't know, let's chit chat down below and we'll see our differences of opinions. But I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.